Moose loved to flirt with anybody who wasn't his wife. There'd be this giant pigeon chasing around these little birds. He was definitely being a sexy beast. He has a wife, but Moose will just keep kind of dancing behind them and acting all like, a big puffed out flirty guy. It's fun to watch. He'd be strutting all like super proud, and then he would just fall and resume like, oh, nobody saw that. But he became very invested in flirting with all the other ladies. Only after we were treating Moose. His backstory is relatively unknown, except that he was probably dumped. He was exceptionally large. He was the size of a small chicken. Someone found him in their yard and brought him to rescue. I've fallen in love with him. That's how he came to live with me. It takes every bird a little time to adjust, but he was relatively comfortable right away. He wasn't really afraid. He was just kind of doing his thing, but he kept having respiratory illness. He was really quiet. He would spend a lot of time just laying around. And we were treating that on and off without much success. Moose ended up having a pretty hard to detect disease called mycobacteriosis. And once we figured out what was going on and once we started treating him correctly, then he became a much different bird. His personality was just larger than life. It was like meeting him for the first time. He started flying as best he could. He was a pretty bad flyer. And within 24 hours, he had married the other pigeon. Her name is Nike. She wasn't really interested in the beginning. And he was so gentle and kind. He didn't bug her, but he was always right next to her. And then she decided, okay, and he was just overjoyed. But still, he loved to flirt with anybody who wasn't his wife. I don't think she was really jealous. She knew that he loved her. They would preen on each other. I would constantly find Moose with his head shoved under Nike's body. He's just a clumsy, hilarious, full of joy bird. It's amazing that he lived as long as he did. He passed because he was older, but I think I made the right choice to rescue Moose.
It's time to watch more.